War, corruption, and Western money. Three forces now colliding in a way Europe can no longer deny. As billions continue to flow into Ukraine's war effort and exhaustion spreads across the continent, Italian Deputy Prime Minister Matteo Salvini has delivered a dramatic warning. The support meant for Ukraine could be slipping into corrupt hands. And with a massive $100 million graft scandal erupting at the same time, his warning is landing like a political earthquake. Stay tuned. This report is packed with developments that are raising serious questions about where billions of dollars in Western support are truly going, and whether prolonging the conflict is actually helping anyone. Italy has just approved its 12th package of military assistance to Ukraine, along with new electrical generators to help the country face another bitter winter. These deliveries are meant to support Ukraine's defense and keep the lights on as the war drags into yet another year. But at the very moment this new aid was announced, a massive political scandal exploded in Ukraine. According to investigators, an alleged $100 million energy sector graft scheme has been uncovered, a scandal tied to Timur Mindich, a businessman widely known for his past partnership and close relationship with President Volodymyr Zelensky. This revelation has triggered fresh doubts within the European Union, as media outlets report that some EU officials are deeply worried about what they call endemic corruption inside Ukraine's government. Corruption that, according to critics, could be swallowing Western aid. Moscow reacted immediately, calling the situation evidence of a bloody hydra of Ukrainian corruption that reaches far beyond its borders and drains Western taxpayers. The Kremlin insists that this scandal is proof that the West is pouring money into a bottomless pit. But it was Matteo Salvini, one of Italy's most influential leaders, who delivered the strongest warning. Speaking to journalists in Naples, Salvini expressed serious concern that Italian support could be misused. He said plainly that he does not want the hard-earned money of Italian workers and pensioners disappearing into corrupt pockets. Salvini's message was firm. I do not want Italy's resources being used to feed corruption. And he didn't stop there. He argued that the only realistic way to end the conflict is for both sides, Moscow and Kiev, to silence their weapons and return to negotiations. Salvini highlighted that Russia continues to gain ground militarily, and he questioned whether sending more arms will change the fundamental balance on the battlefield. According to him, believing that Ukraine can reclaim all its lost territory simply by receiving more Western weapons is naive. He warned that Europe is walking down a path of death if it keeps escalating the conflict instead of pushing for diplomacy. This isn't the first time Salvini has clashed with EU leaders over the war. Months ago, when French President Emmanuel Macron suggested that European countries could even send troops to Ukraine, Salvini fired back with cutting sarcasm. If Macron wants to go, he can go, but he'll be going alone because not a single French citizen would follow him. The remark triggered a brief but heated diplomatic clash between Paris and Rome. Today's comments only deepen Salvini's position. Europe, he argues, should stop fueling the war and start focusing on a negotiated settlement before the situation spirals even further out of control. This story reveals cracks forming inside Europe's leadership, as frustration builds around corruption scandals and the staggering cost of war. Italy's warning may be a sign of bigger fractures ahead, fractures that could shape the future of the entire conflict. This report exposes one of the most explosive issues in Europe right now, the clash between Western aid, corruption, and the future of the Ukraine conflict. What do you think? Is Europe helping Ukraine, or unintentionally feeding the corruption tearing it apart? Share your thoughts below. Your voice matters. Do you believe Western governments should continue sending aid to Ukraine after this $100 million corruption scandal? Comment yes if you think aid must continue. Comment no if you believe it's time to stop and demand accountability. If this report gave you a deeper look into what's really happening behind the headlines, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest breaking geopolitical updates.